Hey guys, what's going on? Super Cool Isaac here, and we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. It's going to be hopefully the first video in a series that I'm going to be doing, where I go more in depth and kind of review and compare two different guns. In this case, it's going to be the M8A1 versus the Swat-556. This is a pretty heavily requested video. Actually, a bunch of people asked me to do this to go more in depth about the pros and cons. Which one I think is better and what situations and all that stuff. So we're going to be going more in depth on that. If you want to skip to a certain point in the video, go ahead and click those things you see there, the little names. They will all be annotated, so if you want to skip to a certain part in the video, just go ahead and do that, and it will take you to where you want to go. Let's jump right into this. So first thing we're going to be looking at here is going to be the pre-patch and the post-patch range on the M8 and SWAT. The M8 is the same. It has a one-burst range of about 104 units, and I'm using the ballistic scope here on the DSR to kind of measure how far the one burst range is on each of these guns. So as you see, the one burst range on the M8 is the same on both. The SWAT actually got about a 50% increase in the last patch on its one burst range. It's fairly significant. Pre-patch, this wasn't really much of a contest. The M8 was significantly better, but now the SWAT is much more competitive. So let's start it off right here. The SWAT fires at 483 RPM overall. So that's counting the burst delay, and without the burst delay, it's 937 RPM. So that initial first trigger pull will shoot at 937, but if you average it out, counting the burst delay and stuff, it'll end up being 483. The SWAT is a one burst out to 187 feet. Feet is the same measurement as the ballistic CPU unit, so the ballistic CPU does measure in feet, so if you want to go ahead and test this for yourself, go ahead and feel free to do that. And on the Dan Kirsten, the board that I'm using to measure this, it's actually 2250. You just divide that by 12 and you get the 187. So I guess that's how they took those measurements. The SWAT also has LMG bullet penetration, which is kind of unique. It is one of 3 ARs. I think the FAL and the SMR also have LMG bullet penetration. It's kind of a unique little quirk about the gun. It has a 2.12 second reload, 30 bullets per magazine, 10 potential kills per magazine because it shoots the 3 bullets per burst, and it has the 30 bullets in a mag, so that's kind of a good way to measure how many kills you can get out of a magazine. It'll never be more than a 4-shot kill, so if you go past its 3-shot range or its 1-burst range, it'll only ever take you 1 more bullet, assuming your bullets are on target. So you only have to hit 4 bullets out of your 2 bursts at whatever range you're at, and you'll get the kill every single time. Let's jump on into the M8. Alright, so the M8 has an overall fire rate of 789 RPM. That's counting the burst delay. Without the burst delay, it shoots at 1200 RPM, which is ridiculously fast. It's a 4-round burst gun, which is kind of different. We never really had one of these in the Call of Duty game. One other thing that's kind of unique and it kind of sucks is that it doesn't have a headshot multiplier. So you'll notice if you go for headshots with the M8, it's a pain in the ass because you don't get any extra damage when you hit them in the head, which seems kind of backwards, stupid, but whatever. It has a 3-shot kill range of about 4 feet, which is pretty much nothing. You might as well be in knifing distance, and at 4 shots out to 104 units, a little over 104, it's like 104.3 or something, but 104 feet for the 1-burst range on the M8. Everything past that will be a 5-shot kill. It can never be more than a 5-shot unless you're shooting through cover of some sort. So 2-burst maximum, you'll never need more than the 8 bullets to kill a guy. It has a 2.33 second reload time. It has very low recoil. It has the highest center speed by far out of any of the ARs. It's not even close. It's like 2500 or something. And that'll be on the chart that I put in the description too, so if you want to go check that out for all the recoil numbers, that'll be in there. But it has significantly less recoil than the SWAT. It has 32 bullets per magazine, which I guess on paper it looked like it has an advantage magazine size wise over the SWAT, but it only has a potential for 8 kills per magazine because you do need 4 bullets, and then you take 32 divided by 4 and you get 8. So that's that there. Let's jump into the select fire versions of each gun. Alrighty, the select fire SWAT. It fires at 937 RPMs. It still has LMG penetration. The one thing is that it does drop its range significantly. It drops the 3-shot kill range to about 8 units or 8 feet, which is a little bit long. It's like double the range of the M8's 3-shot kill range, which is still pretty much nothing. It's shotgun range for sure. It's less than that even. 4-shot kill out to 108 units, which is about 5 feet farther than the M8's 1-burst range, 4-shot kill range regularly. And it has a 5-shot kill maximum just like before. It's the exact same. The Select Fire M8 also shoots at 937 RPMs. It has the exact same range as its burst fire version. It does not lose any range whatsoever. 4 units for 3-shot, 104 units for 4-shot, 5-shot maximum. And it does have the extra 2 bullets because it does have the 32 bullet magazine, so that's a slight advantage. It actually loses a little bit of time to kill because it drops the RPM for that first burst from 1200. The first 4 bullets initially from the burst fire M8 would be fired at 1200 RPM. With the select fire, it's only 937. So you do lose a little bit of TTK there. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of sum up everything here and let you know which gun I think is better, what situations, what each gun has as advantages and disadvantages and all that stuff. So the M8 is the clear winner in close range. It has the potential to 3-shot, very close. It shoots significantly faster, and it can one burst up to about 104 units, and that's where its advantage really cuts off, is the 104 unit range, or 104 foot range. In between that 104 to 187 unit range, that's where the SWAT will actually have the advantage, and that's actually the only range, unfortunately. If you go past that 187 unit range, the M8 will be able to get its second burst off faster than the SWAT can. So the SWAT really only has like the middle to long-ish range advantage. Super long, the M8 wins because they're both going to be 2 bursts anyways, and the M8 shoots faster. And close range, it wins because it can shoot faster, and it's a 1 burst either way. So the SWAT does have the advantage in that 104 to 187-ish range. That's not to say that TTK is everything, because it certainly isn't. The SWAT does have other advantages, like it has LMG bullet penetration, it has a 0.2 second faster reload, it has potential for 10 kills per magazine. But the one thing that these numbers don't really take into account is missing. Whether it's due to accuracy or being shot at and having your view fly up, or your gun fly up in the air and just start missing shots. The M8 will always have an advantage in situations where bullets are being missed. Because if it comes down to 2 bursting, the SWAT will win, or the M8 will win against the SWAT every time. If the SWAT misses 1 bullet out of that 3-round burst, it will have to 2-shot, and then it shoots slower than the M8, so the M8's going to win every time. So, assuming perfect accuracy, the SWAT will have an advantage there in that 104 foot to 187 foot range. But if you miss 1 bullet inside that 187 foot range, it instantly turns into a 2 burst, and then the M8 will have the advantage every time. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. There's a reason why the pros use it. It's one of the most used guns at pro tournaments and stuff, because it's easy to get a lot of bullets on target. And if you miss a shot, it's not the end of the world, because it bursts really fast, and you can get those shots right back on target and pick up kills that you couldn't do with the SWAT, because the SWAT has a long delay between bursts. One other thing is, though, the select fire SWAT is definitely a lot better than the select fire M8. It has more range, it has LMG penetration, it has a little bit faster reload. It only trades 2 bullets, which is not a big deal, but it's not a big deal. The one thing that the M8 does have, though, is it does have a little bit less recoil. It has a higher center speed. It's like, I think it's like 1100 compared to 1600, so it is a little bit of an advantage as far as recoil goes for the M8, but it has less range, it doesn't have the penetration, it doesn't have the reload. So I think the select fire SWAT definitely gives the overall SWAT an advantage, but you're still better off with the burst fire M8 than the select fire SWAT or the burst fire SWAT. I hope you guys learned something from this. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. It took me actually a long time, like 5 or 6 hours, plus all the time I went into looking up gun stats and stuff. So if you did enjoy this, if it did help you at all, I would really appreciate it if you left a like rating, or if you left me a comment, let me know what I could improve on. I would like to do more of these if people really enjoy them and they seem to learn something out of these, because I did have fun actually kind of making this, which is kind of weird despite all the time I put into it. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully I'll see you guys on some of my other videos around here. I'll see you guys a little later. Peace.